Percent on the European Union and Mexico, set to go into effect on August 1st.
For Canada, we are only going to accept the best deal for Canada. That is very much informed.
Canada and Mexico are actively pursuing a major new trade initiative, the Northern Corridor, as a direct and strategic response to rising U.S. tariffs and escalating trade tensions. Welcome viewers to my channel. Please subscribe, like my video, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next update. This ambitious collaboration, valued at an estimated $120 billion, is designed to create a direct and uninterrupted trade route between the two nations. The corridor would completely bypass the United States, including its customs, ports, and logistical infrastructure, and is a powerful statement of their shared intent to secure their economic partnership and reduce their dependency on the U.S. market. This monumental undertaking is more than just a logistical solution. It's a profound political and economic statement that reflects a fundamental reevaluation of North American trade relations in light of recent protectionist policies. The very existence of this alternative route would provide both countries with a stronger negotiating position in any future trade talks with the U.S., serving as a vital insurance policy against future protectionist measures and reinforcing their commitment to economic self-determination. The economic imperative for a resilient alternative route. The primary and most pressing goal of the Northern Corridor is to provide a reliable and consistent alternative to the traditional trade routes that have historically run through the U.S., which have become increasingly volatile and unpredictable. By purposefully avoiding American territory, Canada and Mexico will be able to bypass the costly tariffs, taxes, and non-tariff barriers that have recently been imposed on key industries, such as steel and aluminum, which have significantly increased the cost of doing business and eroded profit margins. This is especially critical for sectors like steel and automotive parts, where supply chains are deeply integrated across the continent, with components often crossing borders multiple times during the intricate production process. The new route would directly address the economic friction caused by these tariffs, ensuring that goods can move freely and predictably, which is a significant and a critically important advantage for businesses that rely on just-in-time manufacturing. This predictability is crucial for long-term planning, foreign direct investment, and operational stability, as it protects companies from the sudden policy shifts and retaliatory measures that have characterized recent trade relations. The initiative is a proactive and forward-looking measure to stabilize their economies and insulate them from external political pressures, ensuring that their manufacturing sectors can continue to operate with the certainty required for long-term investment, growth, and job creation. This strategic maneuver is not about isolating the U.S., but about building a more resilient, diversified, and robust trade ecosystem that can withstand external shocks and geopolitical volatility, ultimately strengthening their own economic sovereignty and fostering a more balanced continental economy. A 21st century trade network, physical and digital synergy. The Northern Corridor is much more than a simple physical infrastructure project. It's a sophisticated, multimodal, and digitally enabled network built for the complex demands of 21st century global trade. It will integrate a combination of physical infrastructure, including a comprehensive system of rail and maritime links, to handle the large volume of goods efficiently and at scale. Planners are envisioning a dedicated, high-speed rail line stretching from key Mexican ports on the Pacific coast, like Manzanillo and Lázaro Cárdenas, up through the central U.S. plains without stopping for customs, and into Canada, complementing expanded maritime routes connecting the Pacific and Atlantic coasts. This network would be supported by a series of new, state-of-the-art logistics hubs on both sides of the border, designed to streamline the movement of freight and reduce transit times. These hubs would feature advanced automation, robotics, and cross-docking capabilities to ensure maximum efficiency and minimal human error. Simultaneously, the project will leverage advanced digital technologies to create a truly seamless and secure trade experience, reducing administrative hurdles and increasing supply chain security. For example, the use of blockchain is being considered for customs management, which would create a secure, transparent, and immutable record of all transactions, providing a complete audit trail for regulators and businesses alike. This technological layer will not only speed up border crossings by automating a significant portion of the customs process, but also drastically reduce the potential for fraud, smuggling, and administrative delays, which are common in traditional paper-based systems. By digitizing customs and supply chain documentation, the corridor aims to move goods faster and with greater accuracy than is possible through existing, often bureaucratic systems. This dual focus on physical and digital infrastructure demonstrates a profound commitment to building a resilient, efficient, and modern trade system from the ground up, positioning Canada and Mexico as leaders in innovative trade solutions. The implementation of smart technology and interconnected systems is a crucial element of the project's long-term viability, ensuring it can scale and adapt to future economic demands and global shifts in commerce. A strategic response to heightened political friction. This monumental collaboration is the direct result of a period of heightened trade friction that followed the U.S. government's measures enacted in early 2025. In response to these challenges, leaders from both nations have been in continuous and high-level discussions to strengthen their bilateral ties, culminating in this ambitious project. The Northern Corridor is the most concrete and dramatic outcome of these talks, signaling a fundamental and enduring shift in North American economic strategy away from a trilateral model to a more robust bilateral one. For Canada, it offers a vital new way to access burgeoning Latin American markets and diversify its trade portfolio away from its overwhelming reliance on the United States, which currently accounts for over 75% of its total exports. For Mexico, it provides a crucial and stable link to Canada's advanced manufacturing, technology, and natural resource sectors without the risk of U.S. interference, which has proven to be an unreliable and unpredictable partner in recent years. This project is not just about trade. It's about reestablishing the North American economic balance and fostering a more equitable and stable partnership. It represents a shared determination to secure their economic futures by creating a new, reliable axis of commerce that is insulated from external political pressures and unilateral policy changes. The very existence of this alternative route would give both countries a stronger negotiating position in any future trade talks with the U.S., providing a powerful tool for diplomacy and a hedge against future protectionism. Redefining the North American economic landscape. In essence, the Northern Corridor represents a strategic pivot, a decisive and irreversible move away from a U.S.-centric trade model. It's a profound investment in a more secure and independent economic future for both Canada and Mexico. By building this alternative route, they are proactively safeguarding their supply chains, reducing their vulnerability to political and economic pressures, and ensuring the continued and robust expansion of their bilateral trade relationship. This initiative could set a new precedent for how regional trade alliances operate in an increasingly protectionist global environment, where traditional alliances are being tested and reevaluated. The project's success would not only prove the viability of a non-U.S. trade route, but also cement a new, more robust partnership between Canada and Mexico, defined by mutual interest, shared goals, and economic resilience. It's a powerful statement that when faced with challenges, nations can forge new paths rather than simply enduring the old ones. The long-term implications of this corridor extend far beyond simple logistics. They could lead to a restructuring of global supply chains and a significant shift in economic power dynamics, as other nations may be inspired to create their own independent trade systems. This bold step by Canada and Mexico signals a new era of proactive trade diplomacy aimed at ensuring prosperity and stability through self-reliance and strong bilateral cooperation, fundamentally reshaping the economic and political geography of the continent for decades to come and serving as a model for global commerce in the 21st century.